Hey guys, it's Jack Funkington here. Today we're revisiting the DSL 15. A few years ago I actually owned one of these and I didn't have it for that long because I had an opportunity to pick up a DSL 20. Um, you know, and I was pretty dismissive of this amp at the time. A few years later, now I wanted to get my hands actually on an orange Shiny Terror, and I'd still like to do that someday. But this came up. It was a hell of a deal, and I couldn't pass it up. And yeah, for what I paid, I mean, it's amazing. You know, it's 15 watts or 7.5, 2 channels, 3-band EQ with a presence control, tone shift, and deep control. It doesn't have reverb, but that's okay. Got a delay pedal that can kind of act as reverb if I turn it down low. The differences between this and my 900 are, besides the fact that my 900 is a 100 watt beast of an amp, and one's made in the UK, one's made in Vietnam, I believe. The other thing is the clean channel is very different. So on the traditional 900 that I have, my clean channel is more of a classic gain channel. That's the reason why, this is called classic gain, and in actuality this is just called preamp. But this gets to a crunchy, delicious rhythm gain that's very classic. This gets to an edge of breakup. So I really don't understand why this is called classic gain, because it's not very gainy for a clean. So I'm on the Schecter. Turn the gain all the way up. It's just like I said, edge of breakup. It's got a good twang to it, and I like it. It's not as bad. It's just, I would rather this just say clean. That's just me personally. Turn it back down now to where I like to have it. Now, with my cab, with the speakers I have, they're very bass heavy speakers. I don't have the deep switch or tone shift engaged currently, but this is what it sounds like with the deep switch. What it's supposed to do, I think, is it's supposed to make up for the lower wattage and give it more bass end. And because this amp has a lack of headroom, which, you get that with a lot of low wattage amps, but it rocks. And honestly, now I'm going to keep it off. I will go back to it. I prefer to keep it off with these speakers. If I get my hands on a different cab, I will definitely experiment. Or different speakers. Add the tone shift. What that's supposed to do is take out a lot of the mid-range. The clean channel, it's just not really effective. I don't see use for it on the clean channel. Now, throw an overdrive in front of the clean channel, and then you get your crunchy rhythm. Add my EQ boost. get that rhythm. You get that crunchy rhythm. And the way I have the overdrive pedal set up, gain all the way down, treble and level all the way up, or tone, or whatever you want to call it. Now, you add some pedals on this thing. That really sound that's, I don't know, it's just that Marshall sound, and it's really cool. These pedals rock, by the way. I don't have the pedal board set up the way I like it yet. Once the tremolo pedal comes in, I have a plan to do a video where I'm literally setting up the pedal board with my Velcro and everything permanently. So, but single coil it to give it kind of a little bit more of a twang. So, I mean, it takes pedals really well. It doesn't have an effects loop. To me, I don't care. I never use them. So, if that's something that's important to you, might want to think about that. The DSL 20 does, and you can get those for about $150 more than these on the used market. So now we'll go to the gain channel. I find very interesting about this gain, or this amps gain, I guess I should say, I have it set on 4. I don't need any more than that, because I can add my overdrive and I can add my boost. That's all I need. And I think, like, once you get past a certain point, it's unusable. It's too fuzzy. 4 to 6 at most, I think. But add in the overdrive. EQ. Now, You have the tone shift and the deep switch. Deep switch on. You have all that low end bass. But here's the issue. With these speakers, they're very low and heavy, so I don't need that much low end on the amp. I mean, even if you look where I'd have to roll it back, I have the low end roll up to about 8, and I think I actually have it a little bit too much. I should keep it at about 6. But with that low end added, I mean, 3. The deep switch, that's all. Because if you have more low end added, it's too much. So it kind of gets rid of all the treble and all the mid, and you need that. Add in the mid shift. So it's more of a modern tone. I guess if you want to say you're a scoop mid tone, add an overdrive on top. See what I mean about this amp not needing to have the gain past 6, and I'm still on 4? Granted, these pickups are very hot pickups, but they're still passive pickups. You know, I mean, they're my favorite passive pickups right now. And that does add a little bit more output and volume to this amp that, say, my fiance's Epiphone does. But still. Deep switch out, but tone shift still in. See, this is where I would turn the bass up. Probably about 6. That was me activating my EQ pedal. Because of the speakers the way they are, I have the bass just we can take it out the mids a little bit higher. See, I have my mids at exactly noon. I actually usually keep them a little bit higher than that. This thing is awesome sounding. This is where I usually keep it. And granted, with the speakers I have, which are the Blackback Eminence, I think this is the tone I like. You know, if I want more gain. This amp just has a lot of gain on tap. And I feel like it's the unsung hero of the Marshall amps because of the DSL 20. But you don't see a lot of those out either. You know, people buy their 100, the DSL 100s, or they'll go with like a 2000 40 watt and cut it up. This is a really good gigging amp. I have no doubt in my mind that you could gig with this no problem. I'm turning the amp off because I'm going to show you what the 7 watt feature sounds like. And from what I've heard, you don't want to have the amp on when you switch to the 7 watt mode. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Some people have said that it can damage it, some people say it doesn't, but I don't want to risk it. So, still, like I said, it's actually a little bit crunchier when you turn down the when you get to half power mode, maybe because you're soaking the tubes a little bit more. I don't know. That's one thing that I will say about this amp versus the 20. They fixed this in the DSL 20. When you cut the power in half on this, the Pento Triode, it kind of makes it sound a little bit hollow on the gain, and that's why I really think these are added for the 7 watt mode, not the 15. Make of it as what you will. I love this thing. I keep it at 7 watt mode most of the time just to jam out on it, and it sounds great. You know, for a great low wattage alternative to a 900 or a 2000. I think this is better than the MA series, which this was kind of replacing, I guess, when this first came out. But yeah, this does. I don't think this amp gets enough credit for how awesome it sounds. I will say, if you're trying to do something, light gain, you know, not a lot of gain. I mean, it does have its clean channel, but then you're gonna need to add more pedals, like a drive pedal on top of it, like a gain pedal on top of an overdrive pedal, or maybe just 2 overdrive pedals. I don't know. That's not really my style, so I wouldn't really know. But for someone who wants a rocky metal, bluesy amp, I mean, I got this under $300. It sounds pretty good. I still think this is the unsung hero of the Marshall amps. At least the affordable ones. So, anyway, guys, this is Jack Punkington. I wanted to try and get this out before Christmas. I hope you all have a great holiday, whatever you celebrate. I don't know if I'll have another video out before the new year. We'll see. I'm still waiting on that tremolo pedal, wherever it may be right now. So, anyway, guys, Jack Punkington signing out. If I don't see you before the new year, peace. Have a great new year.